Well, I had a PowerPoint that I'm going to not use because of the time constraints and because I think it's more important to bounce off what other people have said that's very important. What Bill Veal just said about what the judge said at the end of the court, that he couldn't, threw the thing out, dismissed it because he couldn't possibly entertain the possibility that the president, the vice president, the deputy chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and on could possibly have attacked their own country and killed almost 3,000 of their own citizens. Well, I'm here to tell you that yesterday, and I've seen this entire proceeding online in Portland, Oregon yesterday, before flying here on the red eye, I heard Judge Imposamoto, to my left here, mention that there is a legal action in Italy, as I understand it, he could correct me, against a very high-ranking former official of the United States State Department and also Special Ops and CIA, Steve Piesnik, and I'm probably mispronouncing that. But believe it or not, and he identified these documents in which Steve Piesnik admitted or acknowledged that the Gladio operation, which was the Pentagon, CIA, NATO's Gladio operation that did terrorist attacks against innocent civilians throughout Europe, including in Italy, that Steve Piesnik, as I understand it, has acknowledged the NATO, US, Pentagon kidnapping and assassination of Premier Aldo Moro of Italy, which would be like the JFK assassination in this country. But I'm here to tell you that at this conference, when he said that yesterday, I've now informed Judge Imposamoto that this same Steve Piesnik has gone on public television on an interview with the Alex Jones Show in 2001, stating very explicitly that he knows and is willing to name under oath to the proper legal venue the military general on then Deputy Secretary of Defense Paul Wolfowitz's military staff, who confirmed to him, Piesnik, that September 11th was a false flag attack and a Homeland Gladio operation. Quote, they ran the attacks, Wolfowitz general told Piesnik, of Wolfowitz himself, Vice President Cheney, Cheney's top national security aide, Stephen Hadley, Elliot Abrams, National Security Advisor, Condoleezza Rice, all name by name, and he says just get in touch with him when there is the appropriate legal forum. Now, this is quite a paradox here, isn't it? But I wanted to mention that. The other important thing I wanted to mention is it's a caveat. It's a red flag. It is so that we don't move forward with any illusions. The architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth, and many of us in this 9/11 Truth movement, have called for many years for a new congressional investigation. Yes, we should have one, but we need to go into this with our eyes open. I almost single-handedly, at the beginning of the stages for 7 years, brought about what amounts to a new congressional investigation of the Iran side of Iran-Contra. It was called the House October Surprise Task Force. And I'm telling you, after all of that effort and all of those years and the success of a full subpoena power House of Representatives investigation with $14 million of funding, I believe that's at the level of the 9/11 Commission, when we finally got that and the Democrats were behind it, nothing happens in Washington, Danny's right, unless it's totally politicized and one of the parties feel that they can, have some advantage over the other for doing it. But in that case, the Democrats did. They saw it as a new Watergate hearing. Well, they held the October Surprise Task Force. But what happens at the very top, Danny is right. At the very top, there's no party affiliation. At the very top, it's only nominal Republican and nominal Democrat. These are deep state operators. And what happened is that even though it was a Democratic-controlled task force on the reinvestigation of the Iran side of Iran-Contra, what they did was they brought in the ultimate nominal Democrat, but actually deep state fixer for all Republican high crimes and treasons, Representative Lee Hamilton. Lee Hamilton became the executive director, the chairman of the lead of the October Surprise Task Force, and it was completely covered up. It was completely covered up, even though it has now been confirmed and validated by formerly classified documents that have now been leaked. So I just want you to go into it with your eyes open. If we do get a new congressional investigation, I believe something very similar will happen, like the Iran-Contra case with Judge King, with Danny. They wouldn't let us win that. There are certain things that they won't let you have. And this is even bigger than that. But we've learned from those mistakes. I believe that we can move forward and we can prevail. So with that, thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.